Feels pretty dry to me. All right, I'm out here at Twin Creek. We're gonna do a couple miles just to try out a new pair of shoes here. Got myself some Nike Trail 2 GTXs. These are the Nike Trail 2 shoes, which is one of Nike's newest trail shoes, version 2. And they also added Gore-Tex into it, so it's waterproof. So we'll just have to see how they perform here. This is just gonna be a first impressions video. So. What's up everybody, Dan the Ultra Dad here. Tonight I have the Nike Trail 2. So I have a new shoe. It's pretty exciting. And I took it out for a spin today, so I have some first impressions. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you smash that like button and hit the bell if you want to see videos that I make as soon as they come out. That would be much appreciated, and let's get right into it. When I took these out, the first impression that I got was it was a positive, and that is that the toe box is plenty wide. I know a lot of Nike shoes that I wear, the toe box is pretty narrow, and so it bothers my metatarsals and bothers the front of my foot. Causes some pain usually. But these have a pretty wide toe box, so that I can give it a huge plus. Definitely a positive factor, positive aspect of the Nike Pegasus Trail 2. Another thing to mention is this is the Gore-Tex version. So if you see that right there, it says Gore-Tex. And Gore-Tex is that fabric. It's waterproof, supposed to be waterproof and breathable. The breathable part is a little bit questionable, and I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. Another positive thing that I noticed as I was first running in these was how soft the inside liner is of the shoe. So it's really soft. I don't know if you can tell with the material, but it's just feels very good to your feet. It lulls you into thinking that the midsole is better than it is. And so that's the first thing that I noticed that's negative about the shoe. After running 3 miles, I was not very impressed with the midsole. First of all, it doesn't feel incredibly soft to my feet. And secondly, it's not very responsive. There's plenty of it here, and you would think by pressing on it, there's plenty of cushion there. There's plenty of give to it. And maybe it's just, it's a first run, first impression, so this could change, but I wasn't too happy with the feel. And so we'll just have to see. I'm going to try to run at least 30-40 miles in it, so let's see. This is the first 3. So another observation I have that's unique about this shoe is the heel cup right here is kind of like a mini gaiter almost. So it kind of seals off on your ankle. It's not a great seal, but I could definitely see it helping prevent rocks and things from coming into the shoe. The lockdown was pretty good in the shoe. I'd say average. At times I did, because of the wide toe box, which is an advantage, I think, I did feel like my feet weren't completely still in the shoe, but for me that's a good thing. I like to have toe splay, and I like to be able to have some room in the shoe. Now, I wore these today at work, and so I was inside, and I wore them, back and forth to the car, so I was outside in the 30s, and then I ran this evening, and it was in the 30s. And I had to take a moment to tell you about the temperature in the shoes. I actually remember wearing Gore-Tex hiking boots as a high schooler, and one of the things that I was reminded of today is Gore-Tex, although advertised as breathable, and it is more breathable than wearing a plastic bag, it's still not like wearing a normal shoe. And I've noticed that you definitely accumulate some moisture in the shoe, and today was no exception. So during the day, in my office, I was inside indoors. It was probably about 70 degrees, and definitely my toes were starting to sweat a little bit. Definitely it's different than the experience from a normal shoe. Even though it's fabric and it's designed to be breathable, when you have something that's supposed to be waterproof, in the case of Gore-Tex, it definitely impacts the ability of moisture to get out. So that my toes were sweating a bit today indoors, and then during the run they were also sweating a bit. And I didn't notice it as much during the run. I mean, it was a pretty cold day, so in some ways it was helpful to not have as much air coming in. It kept my toes very warm, but I could see that, if I would have gone more than 3 miles, I think it could have been a little bit uncomfortable. There was still quite a bit of moisture inside along my ankle, where my ankle is. And the Gore-Tex aspect of this shoe hopefully will not impact my overall view of it, but I'd be lying if I said that it wouldn't have some impact at least. Another thing about this shoe that was a little bit strange, when I think of Nike shoes and the Nike shoes I've had in the past, I usually think of fast shoes to be designed for midfoot or toe striking, not heel striking. And these in particular seem like they're very much designed for heel striking, which is a little bit confusing to me. And that's something that I noticed when I was running today. They don't do really well at the midfoot when you're striking on your midfoot. So that was a little bit disappointing. And then the outsole of the Nike Trail 2 is okay. I did slip once or twice. I did roll both of my ankles today, which was a little bit strange. I'm not sure if it's because it was just a new shoe to my feet and they were getting used to it, or if there's just a problem with these shoes. I definitely rolled both ankles, and so that kind of hurt. If you look at the outsole of the lug pattern, the lugs, first of all, are not very deep. They're pretty shallow. I'd say probably 2 or 3 millimeters. So that definitely lends to some slipping when you're into thicker mud and things like that. But the actual pattern I kind of like. It's designed, it looks like, to be effective going uphill and downhill. So that's all I've got for my first impressions of the Nike Pegasus Trail 2. It's a really good looking shoe, I must say. Like I said, probably the biggest positive at this point is how wide the toe box is. I really like that. It reminds me of some of my Ultra shoes as far as the width of the toe box. Very comfortable for the forefoot. And then one of the biggest negative aspects is the lack of responsiveness. And I did pull up the Nike website just now, and I noticed that one of the things that they advertise is responsive stability. And I'm not so sure I would agree with that. It's not very responsive, first of all. I don't think you get much energy return at all out of these shoes, based on my first impressions. We'll see how it goes. I look forward to doing a full review in a few weeks once I get a lot more miles on it, and I'll report back to you. So thanks again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy watching all my videos, and if you do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos come out. Other than that, I hope you have a good evening, and we'll catch you in the next one.